Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yoga for Drivers, Truck Drivers, Delivery Crew, or anybody who spends too much time in the car. I myself do this practice every time we go on a road trip. And so, welcome to class, and this is going to be a short one, so we're going to get right to it. So, we're actually going to start standing right here. As you can see, I have my yoga blocks. If you have them, please have them out. If not, then no big deal. Keep your feet a little wider than the hips and send your hands either on the hips or on your lower back. And then do these nice gradual hip circles, squeezing the glutes as you send the hips forward and really sending the hips back. And as you guys know, when you're in the car and you're driving, it's almost like your body is in one position the whole time. And you're kind of just shifting which side you're going to be sitting a little bit heavier on, the left side or the right side. And these hip circles definitely help sort of neutralize the body, bring the body to a center place. Reversing the direction here. As you can imagine, when you're driving, your hips are flexed the whole time, and that definitely takes a brunt on the lower back, on the structures, the muscular structures, the tissues in our body, because we're just kind of stuck in one place and stuck in one shape, and our energy is not able to flow freely around the body. Slowly come to center. You can shake the arms. Have your feet about hip-width distance apart. Interlace your fingers behind you. What's important here is I want you to recruit your glutes to extend your hips forward without really pushing it too much forward. So interlace your fingers behind you. You can grab a towel if you can't do that. Send your thumbs away from your booty and roll your shoulders up and back so that the muscles on the shoulder blades are squeezing in together to allow that chest to open. Take a deep inhale right here. And as you exhale, send your hips back, bend at the knees, and find a nice forward fold. One more breath right here. Be familiar with what feels restricted. And as you exhale, be familiar with what you can easily let go rather. Fingers, hands, the head, as you find this dangle. That feeling of restriction that I was talking about typically happens when the body's in one shape, right? So as you're just driving or sitting in the car, you can just feel, you just know what it's like to just be oriented in one direction, one experience. And so now we're trying to just open up the parts that feel closed and liberate the parts that feel restricted. Find your dangle. Grab elbow to elbow. Shake your head yes and no. And then slowly ragdoll your way up. Slow as you go. Beautiful. Then we're going to find a nice quad stretch right here. So I'm trying to mirror you. This is your right leg. So as you stand on your right leg, really recruit that right glute. So you find a nice solid leg. Some contraction in that quad. And then the left hand is going to reach out towards the left foot. If you have a belt or a towel or a strap, please wrap your foot around it so that you can reach it. And I don't want you guys to send your knees to the back and you're leaning forward. What I want you to do is to squeeze your knees in together and really activating that glute in the back, opening up this left shoulder, and find this nice squeezing in the knees, allowing that left hip to open. That right hand can just be on your hip. Beautiful. Last breath right here. And then exhale, slowly let it go. Shake the arms. Maybe find that nice hip circle once again. One or two on both directions. And beautiful. Stand on your left leg this time. Feeling a line of energy from the inner arch of that foot all the way to your inner thigh. Again, recruiting your left glute. Nice solid stance right here. And then the right hand can go and look for the right foot. You can hold the ankle, part of the shin, whatever it is, part of the foot. And again, squeezing your knees in together, finding this nice line, and using the glute to extend the hips forward, liberated in the chest, and then just send your left hand towards the hip. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly release that foot. Send your hands on your lower back. I want you to roll your shoulders up and back. And then squeeze your glutes to send your hips forward. Open up the chest, and maybe your chin lifts a little bit. But the glutes need to be activated here. Hands on the lower back. That's sort of an expression of protection. Inhale back to center. Keep the hands there. Just swing the body left and right. We'll do that one more time. Roll the shoulders up and back. Squeeze the shoulder blade muscles together. Engage those glutes to extend the hips forward. Open up the chest. Maybe your chin lifts, not too much. This is not a neck stretch or a neck experience. Inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly come back to center. Shake the arms. And we're going to start to make our way down on the mat. Now, if you have knee problems in here, you feel free to grab a blanket and place them between the hamstrings and the thighs. Otherwise, I'm going to start here in hero pose. Maybe have a block behind me. If you guys need that, you can definitely grab that. Hands can be on the blocks. Open the chest. And this time, when you open the chest forward, I want you guys to feel the sensation of opening the chest and then slowly lifting your head as sort of a natural progression. So it's not this yanking and then the chest just starts to open. The chin just starts to lift. The chest gradually opens, the chin follows. And like I said, it's a natural progression, slow as you go. Come back to center. If you want to let go of these blocks, certainly do so. You can always turn the fingers towards the feet. And then roll the shoulders up and back. Inhale to open the chest, and maybe the head rests. Maybe the chin lifts. Do what feels good to your body. And then exhale, slowly come back to center. We're going to go all the way down with our bellies. So untuck the toes behind you. Crossing up the arms, maybe the hands are reaching out to the opposite elbow. I want us to tuck our toes in the back so that the knees actually lift off of the mat. And on your next inhale, I want you guys to push your chest away from your arms, and you can just look forward. And you can also keep the knees away from the mat, engaging the backs of the legs. Last thing, the glutes need to be activated. Right here, our buttock cheek muscles. What we're doing is we're extending our hips forward. We're definitely opening up the chest. And this is kind of the opposite of your shape while you're in the car and you're driving. Beautiful. Last breath. And then keep your left forearm down. Rest your left foot. Bend your right leg. And you can use your strap or belt if you want. Otherwise, just reach out towards that right foot. You can kick it out if you want. If that foot is too far and you don't have a strap, you can always just come back to center and lift it up. Lift up the foot. And then really activating this right glute to push the hip down and to open up that hip. Last time right here. Inhale. And whether you're grabbing that foot or not, slowly plant it down. This time, keep your right forearm down. Bend that left leg. I'm actually going to do the pose this time. Open up the left shoulder, maybe a strap or a belt to reach out for that foot, or your hand can just do that with an open shoulder. Again, using this right forearm, send the chest away from the arms. Activating that left glute to really wake up and release the left hip. Opening it up. Breathe through the space that feels restricted, which is usually the hips. And then exhale, slowly lower. Make a pillow with your hands. Lift your feet off of the mat. And then just send them left and right for a nice release on the lower back. We call these windshield wipers. No pun intended. Just a slow release. And then send your feet down. Send your hands underneath the shoulders. Gently lift yourselves up. Find a nice, comfortable seated position here. We'll just do some neck rolls right here. So send your right ear towards your right shoulder. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. You know the deal. Lifting up. And then slowly rotating that neck around. And then finding the other direction. Turn the neck towards your right shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale towards the left shoulder. Always important to rotate the neck as you're driving because you're most likely just looking forward and maybe jutting your skull, your head forward. Beautiful. One last stretch. Interlace the fingers, interlace your palms. Inhale, rise up. Lengthen to the sides of the body. Exhale, bend towards your left. Beautiful. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend towards your right. Inhale, center. Release the arms. Hands pressed together, prayer at the heart. Thumbs touching your chest. Find a nice ending breath right here. Inhale. And then exhale. You can blink your eyes open, lift your head up. Thank you so much for taking this very short and sweet yoga for drivers, yoga for anybody who spends too much time in the car. It was a pleasure for me to guide you in this short class. Thank you for making it here. Namaste from me to you. Bye. Thanks.